Hi, Peri Peri here. Today we're going to be looking at a chili from Brian at mrchilli.co.za called a Naga King or a Raja Mirch. I have to say that I'm really nervous about this one. That is it. They actually do go red when they fully ripen. This one looks a little bit yellow on the video here, but actually is quite a nice deep dark orange color. As I say, shortly before they go red. Now, if you have a close look at this one here, it's quite a big chili, quite a firm chili, but very uneven, very wrinkly, very bumpy. If you look at the skin, it's very lumpy. Anyway, that having been said, chili has got a magnificent aroma to it. It smells very habanero-like, Scotch bonnet-like. It's got that orange citrus aroma to it. And yeah, so it's really down to the brass knuckles of this event, which is to pluck the stem and pop it in my mouth, chew it for about 30 seconds and give you some feedback. Now, just to give you a rundown on this, the Naga King chili is believed to be the original Naga. There's a couple of hybrids of this original Naga, which are available now, but was grown in the foothills of the Naga land by the local tribes and actually used by them, crushed down, used as a biological weapon in warfare. Now, that having been said, this chili is also around about the million Scoville heat unit mark and should generate quite an amazing burn. So I'm very fearful of this one. It's another one of the super hots. Yeah, I'm going to give it a go, and I'm going to let you guys know how this fares compared to the 7-pod that I tried some weeks back. I'm just popping off the. Yes, I've got my glass of milk, I've got my towel, I've got my bucket. I'm going to let the video run this time, and hopefully I'm going to be okay. But yeah, bottoms up. Fruity. I've got a very thin skin. Burn is beginning to kick in already. Lovely flavor, very nice flavor. Beginning to warm up already. Right. Now there's no turning back. I have swallowed. I can say that there's quite a strong burn. The front of the tongue, the back of the throat. There comes the hiccups. Actually, it does remind me very much of Right. Sorry, that's been down the wrong end. The hiccups always do me in, because at the end of the day you get reflux, and it goes up the back of the throat, which kind of makes it difficult to breathe. As you can see, I am going red. Eyes are beginning to water, as they would do. That heat is really kicking in. It is at the back of the throat now. That typical, what I can only relate to the 7-pod kind of heat at the back of the throat. Not quite as severe as I experienced with the Trinidad 7-pod. That heat is really catching me at the back of the throat, making it quite difficult to swallow and to breathe. But that having been said, not quite to the same level as the 7-pod, although now that I've said it, it's really kicking in at the back of my throat. Let me just go back to the beginning. The difference between this chili and the 7-pod, size-wise, about the same size. Differential being that the 7-pod had a very juicy, thick skin to it. Lots of pulp to the 7-pod, whereas this one had a much thinner skin. It's quite a thin-skinned chili, quite hollow on the inside. Not as many seeds as the 7-pod also. Really feeling the heat in the throat, beginning to touch base with the stomach now. But still, this would be an absolutely amazing chili to be used in a curry. Would be a tremendously hot curry. As you can see, I am sweating. Still struggling with the back of the throat. Really giving it a going over there. The front of the tongue, not so much the side of the mouth, but certainly the back of the throat. The stomach also beginning to burn now. Just around about the top of the stomach, just underneath the rib cage, beginning to give some severe stick. It's been 7 minutes now. I didn't want to make this as long of a video, but it's taken a while, and the burn certainly still is going on. Yeah, incredibly hot. If I had to compare this to the Trinidad 7-pod, okay, the front of the mouth is really beginning to burn now. Quite amazing. Brian did say to me that this chili does come in waves, and it certainly does seem to. Just when you think it's beginning to quieten down, boom, it's creating heat in other parts of the mouth. At the moment, it's burning at the front of the mouth, which it wasn't earlier. And yeah, definitely a chili to be treated with respect. Incredibly hot. Still, that burn is going to go on for some time yet. If I had to compare it to the Trinidad 7-pod, I would say probably the Trinidad 7-pod for me personally was a lot hotter. These things do vary according to growing conditions, but still, nonetheless, a definite contender in the super hot category. I'm still struggling with this one, but yeah, flavor-wise, for me, this had an immense amount of flavor. Very enjoyable chili, but yeah, not one you would eat on its own. Hopefully, you would use it for cooking and put it into a nice hot curry. But yeah, it's beginning to. I think it's beginning to calm down now. 9 minutes. But yeah, I had my milk. Didn't need it as much as I did with the 7-pod. Although with the reflux, it did catch me at the back of the throat. Never a nice thing to happen. Also happened to me with the 7-pod, but. Yeah, an amazing chili, really awesome flavor, totally different. In its own category, the Naga King Raja Mirch. You can get those seeds obviously from mrchilli.co.za. So if you want to grow any that's where you need to go. Grow some, have some fun. Awesome chili. That's me signing off. Cheers. Hi, Peri Peri here again. Just as an addendum to that taste video, just to let you know, it's been about 10-15 minutes. My mouth is still burning. That's definitely worth mentioning. It's probably now 10 minutes after the video, probably still burning like a habanero would do, an orange habanero in my mouth. So that's really got a burn that goes on and on. The other interesting thing, just quickly, was the sweet taste that was left in my mouth. Lots of flavor, but the most amazing thing is the lips, wherever the chili oil had gone, left a very sweet, almost orangey flavor on my lips and in the mouth. Yeah, that's just something I wanted to add to the video. But yeah, really awesome chili. Go get some. Cheers.